I dare you to tell me your favorite WWE legend down in the comment section below. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we're going to be taking a All Legends WWE show on Universe Mode 5 years into the future and see what happens. So this is what our show is going to look like. It's Saturday night's main event. I thought it was kind of fitting considering it's All Legends on this show. We got 40 different legends with 3 different championship designs: the Winged Eagle, the Classic IC, and then the Women's Championship. There are no tag titles in this Universe Mode. The pay-per-view schedule is the same as it is in the default Universe Mode, but hey, it is all right. So without further ado, let's simulate the first year of Universe Mode. And if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button today, because 1 is absolutely free and 2 you can unsubscribe at any point in the future. And can we hit 500 likes on this video? I think we can, because y'all stay leg dropping that like button. And make sure you hit that bell down below as well to turn post notifications on for my channel so you never miss an upload. So after 1 year, this is what our Wrestlemania card looks like. Goldberg versus The Undertaker, Booker T versus Eddie Guerrero, Rowdy Roddy Piper versus Guerrero, baby, if you will. We got Ember Moon versus Bayley for the Intercontinental Championship. What happened? We got Mark Henry versus Jake Roberts, Shane McMahon versus Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio versus Edge, Bret the Hitman Hart versus Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior versus Jerry the King Lawler, Batista versus Randy Savage, The Rock versus Sting in a steel cage match. We got Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Diesel. We got Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair versus Triple H in a triple threat main event. But what is this fourth match? How did that happen? Upon further research, Stone Cold has won what? Stone Cold is the women's champion and Bayley is the Intercontinental champion? Bayley wasn't even on the roster. I am so confused. What just happened? How is Stone Cold the women's champion? Stone Cold is in the women's division with Lita, Chyna, Beth Phoenix, and Molly Holly. Bayley is somehow in the Intercontinental Championship. You know what? I don't understand how Universe Mode broke this fast, but you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna vacate these titles and we're gonna try to forget that that ever happened. So I fixed the whole champion dilemma we had, and it changed the WrestleMania card. We now have Triple H versus Goldberg opening things up, Jake Roberts versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Rowdy Roddy Piper versus Guerrero, baby, if you will. We got Batista versus Mankind, Eddie Guerrero versus Mark Henry, Rey Mysterio versus Edge, Kurt Angle versus Booker T, Ultimate Warrior versus Jerry the King Lawler, Undertaker versus Randy Savage, Diesel versus Andre the Giant, Bret the Hitman Hart versus Sting, The Rock versus Shawn Michaels, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair for the Winged Eagle Championship. Now, I'll be honest with you, I kind of like this card. Triple H defeats Goldberg, Jake Roberts defeats Ricky Steamboat, Guerrero, baby, defeats the Rowdy Roddy Piper. We got Mankind beating Batista, Eddie Guerrero beats Mark Henry, Rey Mysterio loses to Edge. We have Kurt Angle defeating Booker T, Ultimate Warrior defeats Jerry the King Lawler, The Undertaker defeats Randy Savage, Andre the Giant defeats Diesel, Bret the Hitman Hart defeats Sting, Shawn Michaels defeats The Rock, Ric Flair defeats Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and that was year 1, a confusing one, mind you, of this Universe Mode. Let's go ahead and go on to year 2. I cannot believe that the game broke that bad, man. Stone Cold was the women's champion? What? So at WrestleMania 2, we're kicking things off with Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus Bret the Hitman Hart. Kurt Angle is facing Booker T. Jerry the King Lawler faces Mark Henry. Mankind faces Rowdy Roddy Piper. Razor Ramon faces Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Beth Phoenix faces Molly Holly. Guerrero, baby, faces the American Andre the Giant. We have Rey Mysterio versus the Ultimate Warrior. Eddie Guerrero versus Jake Roberts. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. The Rock versus Sting. Randy Savage versus Triple H for the Undisputed World Championship. And then Kane versus Triple H Baldhead versus Christian. This Legends Universe Mode is breaking at the seams. Hollywood Hulk Hogan wins. Booker T beats Kurt Angle. Jerry the King Lawler defeats Mark Henry. Rowdy Roddy Piper beats Mankind. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat defeats Razor Ramon. Molly Holly beats Beth Phoenix. Dusty Rhodes loses to Andre the Giant. The Ultimate Warrior beats Rey Mysterio. Eddie Guerrero defeats Jake Roberts. The Undertaker's streak is broken 1 year in by Shawn Michaels. The Rock defeats Sting. Randy Savage beats Triple H for the championship. And then Triple H wins the main event because he's a time traveler apparently, and he can do that. Bret the Hitman Hart faces Sting in the opener of WrestleMania 3. Booker T faces Eddie Guerrero. Why is it for the Women's Championship? Triple H faces Kane for the women's title, apparently. Dusty Rhodes, baby, faces Mankind. Rey Mysterio faces Jerry the King Lawler. Kurt Angle faces Jake Roberts in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Rowdy Roddy Piper faces Andre the Giant. Diesel faces Ric Flair. Trish Stratus faces Lita. Triple H 01 faces Randy Savage. Shawn Michaels 97 faces The Undertaker 91 in a rematch from last year's Mania. The Rock faces Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the World Championship. And in the main event of WrestleMania, we have Molly Holly versus Chyna versus Beth Phoenix. Now, two things. One, that Triple H isn't even in this universe mode roster. Two, why are they fighting for the Women's Championship again? What happened? Nevertheless, man, Bret the Hitman Hart beats Sting. Booker T beats Eddie Guerrero. Kane wins the Women's Championship, apparently. Dusty Rhodes, if you will, beats Mankind. Rey Mysterio beats Jerry the King Lawler. Kurt Angle defeats Jake Roberts. Rowdy Roddy Piper beats Andre the Giant. Ric Flair defeats Diesel. We have Trish Stratus beating Lita. Triple H 01 defeats Randy Savage. Shawn Michaels beats The Undertaker in the rematch. We have Hollywood Hulk Hogan beating The Rock for the world title. And then Chyna wins the main event triple threat match. What's going to happen in year 4? Are we going to see another women's championship match involving no women? Who knows? Let's find out. WrestleMania 4 kicks things off with Randy Savage. Oh yeah, dig it. Versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan. The Rock faces Dusty Rhodes. Jerry the King Lawler faces Booker T. Mankind faces Bret the Hitman Hart. We got Trish Stratus versus Molly Holly. Batista versus Kurt Angle. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Rey Mysterio. Andre the Giant versus The Undertaker for the World Championship. Diesel versus Rowdy Roddy Piper. Eddie Guerrero versus Ultimate Warrior. Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. Triple H 01 versus Sting. And then in the main event of WrestleMania, we got Triple H versus Kane versus The Undertaker for the women's title when none of them are women, and those two takers and the Triple H's aren't even in the game. What's happening? Why? What is happening? What happened? Why is it broken? I don't know how it's broken that bad, but Hulk Hogan beats Randy Savage. The Rock beats Dusty Rhodes, baby. Jerry the King Lawler beats Booker T. Mankind beats Bret the Hitman Hart. Molly Holly defeats Trish Stratus. Batista beats Kurt Angle. Rey Mysterio defeats Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. The Undertaker wins the World Championship. Rowdy Roddy Piper defeats Diesel. We have Eddie Guerrero losing to Ultimate Warrior. Shawn Michaels beats Ric Flair. Sting beats Triple H. But don't worry, the main event of the evening, we got another Triple H winning the Women's Championship against Kane and The Undertaker. The Taker, that's not even in this universe mode, nor is this Triple H in this universe mode. But hey, you know what? The game said, nah, we gonna do what we want in your universe mode. But anyways, guys, I guess Triple H is gonna be the reigning women's champion heading into year 5 of the WrestleManias. Well, with the last year of WrestleMania for this little sim job here, we're about to see what the card looks like. And I promise you, if there is a women's championship match with no women involved, I might just lose my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. But kicking things off, we got Edge versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Ultimate Warrior versus X-Pac, Shane McMahon versus Rey Mysterio, Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus Razor Ramon, chico. We got Jerry the King Lawler versus Big Boss Man, Christian versus Booker T, Rowdy Roddy Piper versus Randy Savage, Shawn Michaels versus versus Bret the Hitman Hart versus Triple H versus Batista versus Sting versus Dusty Rhodes, baby, versus Undertaker versus Andre the Giant in an 8-man battle royale. We then have Kurt Angle versus Eddie Guerrero, Kane versus Triple H in a women's championship match, because for whatever reason, we keep having women's championship matches with two guys. Of course it's Triple H too, because he is the game and the game broke. How is this even possible? Oh man, but we got Ric Flair versus Diesel. And then we got Hollywood Hogan versus The Rock. And then of course in the main event it's Molly Holly versus Beth Phoenix versus Lita in a triple threat match. Wouldn't it be nice if that was for the women's title? But you know, Triple H said, nah, I want to hold all the gold. Let me get this shovel real quick. Bro, what is happening, man? This is insane to me. I can't believe it. But Edge wins the main event. Yo, I'm so flustered now. Edge wins the opening contest against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. The Ultimate Warrior defeats X-Pac. Rey Mysterio beats Shane McMahon. Razor Ramon Chico defeats Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Jerry the King Lawler loses the Big Boss Man. You know, that's a joke in there somewhere. Christian beats Booker T. Rowdy Roddy Piper beats Randy Savage. Shawn Michaels wins the Battle Royal, but don't you worry, child. Triple H is coming up later. Kurt Angle faces Eddie Guerrero. Kane defeats Triple H for the Women's Championship. Ric Flair defeats Diesel. We have Hollywood Hulk Hogan beating The Rock. And then in the main event, Beth Phoenix loses to Lita as Lita beats Molly Holly in the triple threat match. I said that so out backwards, but you know what? It's all right because Lita won. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is what happens if you make an All Legends Universe mode here on WWE 2K20. The game completely breaks and starts booking men as your women's champion. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like some wires got crossed there in the Universe mode. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how we got random people that weren't even involved in this Universe mode onto the roster. But hey, at the end of the day, that is what happens when you take an All Legends Universe mode 5 years into the future of WWE 2K20. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like and also hit that subscribe button if you are new, because one is absolutely free and two you can subscribe at any point in the future. And as always and forever, take it easy though, guys. Peace.